Hello and welcome to the Original Rushman Show. On this show, we will be taking an historical look into the mystical, magical, musical world of Rush as seen through the eyes of a Rush fan of over 45 years. So join me on this journey by subscribing below and maybe you will discover the Rush that I know. All right, thanks for joining me for episode number 12 of the Original Rushman Show. Caresses Steel, a magnificent work of musical art that failed. Part 4. Now, the conclusion to Caresses Steel is a 20-minute long opus called The Fountain of Lamnath. Now, this song wraps up what I call prehistoric Rush, which was once I discovered 2112 and I realized that they had 3 other albums. I had to go back in time and collect those 3 albums, but I kind of cheated because I bought a 3-album set called Rush Archives. It had the first 3 albums in it and nothing else, just the vinyl records. And so I had no lyric sheet to draw from to figure out what Geddy was singing. But that was okay with the first 2 albums and half of Caresses Steel. I could pretty much figure out what they were saying. But once I turned that album over and we started listening to The Fountain of Lamnath, I quickly realized that I was never going to figure out what they were saying in this 20-minute long song without a lyric sheet. So I just stopped listening to the words and was just listening to The Fountain of Lamnath as one musical piece where the vocals were just another instrument. But when I finally secured my copy of Caresses Steel with the original cover work, I got it home. It was beautiful. And when you open it up, you got all this bonus. Now, most albums did not open up wide like this with all this information. You got a few pictures there. But thankfully, Caresses Steel did have all this information. So when I finally started reading the lyrics to The Fountain of Lamnath, I quickly realized, as a 15-year-old boy, that there were several words that I needed to find the definition to if I was ever going to understand what Neil Peart was trying to say with these lyrics. And when I right off the bat, I run across supplication, didax and narpets, ambergris. Now you tell me, is there anybody out there when they read the lyrics to The Fountain of Lamnath and they ran across the word ambergris, how many of you knew the definition of ambergris? That's what I thought. You have goblet. I remember thinking, what is a goblet? And maelstrom. Maelstrom. Had no idea what a maelstrom was. There was a lot of words that I had to look up in a dictionary. But these lyrics weren't your ordinary rock and roll lyrics. These didn't sound like rock and roll lyrics at all. Kind of sounded like something from another time period where they communicated differently. And I often joked, so who wrote this? Shakespeare? You know, there's some people say that Rush could have been a strictly instrumental band and still been just as successful. And that may be right. But at the same time, I think Neil Peart's lyrical poetry stand on their own also. So when you combine great lyrics with great musicianship, you get Rush, man. That's all there is to it. Even though I may not be the greatest orator that there ever was, I'm going to read to you the lyrics to The Fountain of Lamnath. The Fountain of Lamnath by Neil Peart. In the valley, I am born, I am me, I am new, I am free. Look at me, I am young. Sight unseen, life unsung. My eyes have just been opened, and they're opened very wide. Images around me don't identify inside. Just one blur I recognize, the one that soothes and feeds. My way of life is easy, and as simple are my needs. Yet my eyes are drawn toward the mountain in the east. Fascinates and captivates, gives my heart no peace. The mountain holds the sunrise in the prison of the night, till bursting forth from rocky chains, the valley floods with light. Living one long sunrise, for to me all things are new. I've never watched the sky grow pale, or strolled through fields of dew. I do not know of dust to dust, I live from breath to breath. I live to climb that mountain to the fountain of Lamneth. Part 2. Didax and Narpets. Stay, go, work, know, think, live, earn, give, wait, fight, laugh, write, listen. Part 3. No one at the bridge. Crying back to consciousness, the coldness grips my skin. The sky is pitching violently, drawn by shrieking winds. Sea spray blurs my vision. Waves roll by so fast. Save my ship of freedom, I'm lashed helplessly to the mast. Call out for direction, and there's no one there to steer. Shout out for salvation, but there's no one there to hear. Cry out supplication, for the maelstrom is near. Scream out desperation, but no one cares to hear. Remembering when first I held the wheel in my own hands, I took the helm so eagerly and sailed for distant lands. But now the sea's too heavy, and I just don't understand. Why must my crew desert me when I need a guiding hand? Part 4. Panacea. The whiteness of confusion is unfolding from my mind. I stare around in wonder, have I left my life behind? I catch the scent of ambergris and turn my head, surprised. My gaze is caught and held, and I am helpless, mesmerized. Panacea, liquid grace, oh, let me touch your fragile face. Enchantment falls around me, and I know I cannot leave. Here's a meaning for my life, a shelter from the storm. Pacify my troubles with her body soft and warm. Naked in our unity, a smile for every tear. Gentle hands that promise me comfort through the years. Yet I know I must be gone before the light of dawn. Panacea, passion pure, I can't resist your gentle lure. My heart will lie beside you, and my wandering body grieves. Part 5. Bacchus Plateau. Another endless day, silhouettes of gray. Another glass of wine, drink with eyes that shine. 2 days without that chillet morning, nights time out of mind. Draw another goblet from the cask of 43, crimson misty memory, hazy glimpse of me. Give me back my wonder, I've something more to give. I guess it doesn't matter, there's not much more to live. Another foggy dawn, the mountain almost gone. Another doubtful fear, the road is not so clear. My soul grows ever weary, and the end is ever near. Part 6. The Fountain. Look, the mist is rising, and the sun is peeking through. See, The steps grow lighter as I reach their final few. Hear the dancing waters, I must be drawing near. Feel my heart is pounding with embattled hope and fear. Now, at last I fall before the fountain of Lamneth. I thought I would be singing, but I'm tired, out of breath. Many journeys end here, but the secret's told the same. Life is just a candle, and a dream must give it flame. The key, the end, the answer, stripped of their disguise. Still it's all confusion, and tears spring to my eyes. Though I've reached the signpost, it's really not the end. Like old soul behind the mountain, I'll be coming up again. I'm in motion, I am still. I am crying, I am still. I'm together, I'm apart, I'm forever at the start. Still, I am. Whew. All right, that's a long poem. 20, 21 stanzas, depends on how you count it. Not very many people spent the time to read that poem. They might have read it once, but very few people, I think, had the interest to read those words over and over and over again until a meaning came to you. It took me years to come to a final conclusion on what I think this song is talking about. Well, to wrap this magnificent album up, Caress of Steel might have failed in 1975, but it didn't take long for the world to catch on. Over the next few years, Caress of Steel and Fly By Night and their debut album all went gold or platinum. So it just might have been a little bit ahead of its time. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Original Rushman Show. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe, like, and make a comment. We love reading all your comments. Well, thanks for watching.